Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Thursday, the 9th of June. But first, a very quick recap on Wednesday. Well, disappointing. The first horse came placed, and out of the two horses, I couldn't get another one with it. So I don't think we would really. Well, it might have broke even if one or two of the horses would have placed in the second race, but they didn't. So let's move on. For Thursday's selections, I'll be using Paddy Power. What I've tended to find is, at one point, their best odds guaranteed wasn't available unless you placed the bets. I think it was after 8 or 9 o'clock the following day. Well, I've noticed that, I may be wrong anyway, but I've noticed that I've just put the bet on, and not only are all these bets or races extra place races, but they're also all best odds. So let's see what happens. Right, let's get into the horses. So the bet is a 50p each way, lucky 15. I've had £1 each way on each selection, apart from La Yarkle, which I have just left it with no stake on it, apart from in the lucky 15. So let's get cracking. So 50p each way, lucky 15. The first selection is Francisco Bay at 12 to 1 in the 1 o'clock at Newbury, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse is just beginning to recapture some form. But what is most striking is the strike rate of Miss or Mrs. I can't remember which one it is. Sophie Smith, when she rides for Ed DeGiles. She's only had 8 mounts for him. Bearing in mind this is an amateur jockey. She's had 8 mounts for him, 2 winners, and all the rest. Sorry, not all the rest. 2 winners, but ultimately, out of the 8 rides, 6 have never been out of the first 4. So that's a huge strike rate. So it looks like maybe she is getting another one ready for it. I think 12 to 1's too big a price, and 4 places for a horse that's just about running into form. I can't discount it. Or I can't leave it out, should I say? No, I don't want to discount it. So the second selection is Lysett at 11 to 2 in the 135 at Newbury, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse is by Timmy Easterby, and as you know, I am a fan of Timmy Easterby. And this Charlotte Crane, which is also an amateur race, has ridden this horse quite a few times. It ran well last time. It also ran 1 place behind a horse called Atacama Desert, which hasn't ran again since, but it was it should have won for us last time. Well, this horse came third behind it, not beaten very far at all. And Timmy Easterby's horses always come on for the run. Well, it's only ran once this season. This is the second run. I'm expecting a decent run in what was a big field last time when it ran. The third selection is La Yarkle at 11 to 4 in the 230 at Nottingham. They're paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, this is a maiden. Well, it was an eye catcher last time over course and distance. Well, the ground's a little bit softer, but as you might be aware with William Haggis's 3-year-olds, they never seem to get the whip out on them. Well, this came from nowhere last time. Well, apparently in the comments, it says continuously denied a clear run with 2 furlongs to go. Well, first and second were 2 what looked like very progressive horses. This came third in the race, and the 4th place also came from the clouds. It came from absolutely nowhere. Well, they were the eye catchers. Never mind first and second, 3rd and 4th were the eye catchers. Well, this horse came third, and I think it's got a cracking chance of at least getting a place. Well, ideally it needs to because it's only 11 to 4, but I think it's got a cracking chance of winning. Daniel Tudhope takes the ride. And finally, another stable that I do like. The final selection is Enderman in the 4 o'clock at Nottingham in a 6 furlong race, priced up at 6 to 1. Enderman is trained by Paul Midgley. Well, this horse has got quite a bit of speed. Maybe not quite enough to lead over 6 furlongs, but I do think it could be, especially on good to soft ground, it could be at least prominent. Well, it does favour racing prominently at Nottingham, and I think because Paul Midgley, the majority of his horses are sprinters, I do think he should know the time of day with these horses, or sorry, the opponents. And I think it's got a cracking chance, especially to coming in the first 4. So that's the final selection. So as I said, it's a 50 pence each way, lucky 15, and £1 each way on each selection, apart from La Yakal, who I haven't backed. I won't back it as a single either. I'm going to leave it at that. I think we've staked enough at £21. So those are my bets. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.